Hello YouTube, it's your boy Nathan coming to you to do another recap video. Today we are talking 90 Day Fiancé The Other Way Season 7 Episode 13, Jay and Reve, which means I have a dream. So we're just going to get on into it. So the first couple I want to talk is freaking Anthony and Manon. So this episode, remember what happened last week? Anthony took Manon to a goat farm and she was not thrilled about that. So Anthony is trying really hard to impress Manon and try to get her to loosen up a little bit because she's so serious and uptight. So he decides in this episode to take like a little to try to do miming in the middle of the street. He met up with this mime instructor to help him pose and everything. And he put on the white face mask and everything and tried to impress Manon. Manon and her son Benjamin come and they see Anthony, and Manon was like, Anthony, what the heck are you doing? And he was doing his little mind things and everything, and she was just still not impressed. She was like, you are embarrassing. You look like a clown, basically. Anthony was like, well, you're so serious. I just want to try to do something romantic. And she was like, this is not romantic. What the heck is wrong with you? You don't know me at all. And clearly, they're married and have a kid. They clearly don't know each other because nothing he's doing is working. Now, yes, it's miming. And Manon says that, doing this in the street, like they don't do that in France, is basically embarrassing and everything. But at the same time, your husband is trying to do something to make you happy, to try to make you laugh, even if it's not the most romantic thing or slightly embarrassing. You have to give him credit for at least trying, basically. And she is just so, and now. And then she was like, I'm going to look like, now since I don't like it, I'm going to look like the uncaring B word and everything. Well, yeah, you're right. Because you're right, because you are. Well, I'm sorry, I'm not going to say that, but you are acting like that. Because he's doing everything he can. He's trying to take you to places, like get things for you and everything, and you still are just so mean to him. Nothing in this life is really making you happy. And I really don't understand it. And y'all, I'm trying to be nice when it comes to her. I'm trying, but again, I know she's not getting a good edit and everything, but at the same time, not a good edit or not, I don't like her personality. I don't like how she treats him and everything. Nothing makes her happy. She is the most miserable cast member I've ever seen and everything. So I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. I'm trying to be nice with her. I'm trying to be lenient with her, but I just can't do it. So, but judging by the previews, I think he does something better next week to impress her that she may like. But still, I mean, she's just really ungrateful. So anyway, moving on. That was Anthony and Manon. Next couple I want to talk is Chloe and Johnny. So Chloe and Johnny are, Chloe's mom is finally about to head back to America. And, she's been trying to get Chloe to move back to Boston and everything because she's cutting her off financially with everything if she stays in Aruba. In this episode, Johnny and Chloe's mom go on a run. And I gotta say, Chloe's mom is pretty fit. She's pretty fit. And they went for like a little run. They made a joke about doing like a 5K run together and everything. And then remember last week, Chloe told her mom about Johnny's infidelity and everything. So Chloe's mom wanted to grill Johnny about it. And she told her, I don't like how you cheated on my daughter, basically. And, Johnny was just like, I knew that was going to be brought up. Me and Chloe weren't anything at that time. We weren't serious. Yes, we were talking, but we weren't, committed in that moment and everything. But I can reassure you that that wouldn't happen right now, basically. And so, the mom is still, voicing her concerns about Chloe living in Aruba and stuff and everything. So after that conversation, they take Chloe's mom back to the airport.
And before they leave, Chloe's mom told Chloe that, you know what, here in this bag, I have my credit cards. I could buy you a first class ticket back home and everything. And Chloe denied. She denied. And because she just really wants her daughter to move back to Boston. I mean, I get it, but you got to really let your kids grow up. You really, really got to let your kids grow up. Chloe's going to realize that this ain't going to be for her. You know, the stuff is going to come up and she's going to realize that she really needs mommy than what she's leading on. But at the same time, you got to let her make that decision. You got to let her possibly make that mistake. Just saying, you know, everything's gonna be a learning experience for her and everything. So, the key thing about it is prove me wrong. Just prove me wrong. It's that simple. So they say goodbye to Chloe's mom. It was emotional. They gave each other a hug and started crying and everything. But I think deep down, Chloe was just like, finally, she's gone. Finally, she is gone. That is funny. So that was Chloe and Johnny. Next couple I want to talk is Patia and Dylan. So Patia and Dylan decided to go on a camping trip. Now remember a couple weeks ago we found out that Dylan lied about telling his mom about like telling Patia that his mom don't really like her and stuff like that. They had a good conversation about it privately and everything, and yeah, Dylan's a liar. So, but Patia's lying too, because they're going on this little camping trip. You know, they got tents out, you know, roasting marshmallows, eating kangaroo, and all that good stuff and everything. And they have fly spray and all that. They're out camping, and next thing you know, Dylan's phone rings. And it's Facebook Messenger. It's his mom Jo. And he's like, "Hi, Mom." And she's like, "What are you doing?" He's like, out camping with Patia and everything. And Patia is just so frustrated. She's like, "Dude, get off the freaking phone." And, you know, he talks to her for a little bit and then just really begs him just to get off the phone. And she's like, "Babe, your mom calls every single day. This is not normal. It's not normal." And my opinion about that is, yes, it is normal. It is normal. Your mom could call her kids anytime she wants. Anytime. I don't care. I don't care. Call anytime Miss Joe, call anytime you want. Patia said a couple weeks ago that now that we got everything straightened out, you could call anytime. Now you're mad that she's calling again. Yes, Dylan needs to tell them, look, I'm camping with Patia. I'll call you when I get back home and stuff and everything. And that's it. It doesn't have to be made a big deal. I know, there shouldn't be a battle over Dylan between his mother and his girlfriend, fiance, whatever she is. 12 years relationship on and off. But there shouldn't be a battle for his attention between the mom and her. So, yes, there needs to be boundaries, but this is nothing like Betty, Brandon and Julia, or Debbie and Colt. You know, they just, you know, they need each other. That's all. It's just a mother-son bond, and there's nothing wrong with that, basically. And I wish people would stop making it out to be a big deal, saying that he's a mama's boy and everything. He's not a mama's boy, you know. My thing is when you get older and your mom is still around, you get to cherish every moment with your mother, especially when you get older, because life is short, and God forbid something happened to my mother or anything, I would be devastated. So when it comes, there's just a different bond with a mother. It's just a certain kind of bond with a mother and a son, basically, and everything. And no woman or man should ever come between a mother and son's bond, no matter what. Yes, can there be some boundaries when it comes to relationships with it? 100%. But just saying that, why does your mom call so much? She calls every day is not normal. It is normal. It is normal, Patia. Come on now. So I'm sorry. I don't like it. I don't like that. So, but yeah, that was that conversation. Moving on, next couple I want to talk is Luke and Madeline. So remember their infamous scene last week on their way to the wedding vineyard, and they're arguing in the car about everything. Finally, in this episode, Luke was just like, "Look, me and Madeline gotta have a come to Jesus moment, basically, about time." And so he pulled her aside. He gave her a coat, and she's like, "Oh, you're being a gentleman now." And he's like, "Look, we are ever since I got here, we've been fighting so much." And Madeline was like, "Well, you don't need to say that I pay the bills and stuff, like throw money in my face like that, because that hurts." Okay, sorry I made you feel that, but still, that's still not the full point about everything else. Ever since I got to Colombia, we've been fighting and everything. Like, if we're gonna be fighting all this time, what's our marriage gonna be like? Basically, I don't want to keep on doing this. And surprisingly, Madeline did not get like furious and like throw stuff at him like she normally does. She finally opened up, and became vulnerable. She said that she's had a rough life growing up. Her mom had her at age 16 and everything. Dad wasn't around and everything, and Madeline did say that she is a difficult person to deal with at times and everything. And like she said that Luke is her peace, and she said she wants her peace back and everything. So Luke was just like, she's finally opening up to me, but I still think that he's falling for something. I think it's a little tad bit manipulative, a little bit, but if this is what he finally wanted, out of Madeline before they get married, so be it. Now they do need to have a fresh try. Like I said, right now I don't think they're together. They're clearly not together now, and everything. But I mean, that was just a nice little come to Jesus moment, and they gave each other a hug. And we'll see how the wedding come in a couple weeks when they get married. We'll see how that all plays out. So yeah, I still say Luke run. Luke run. It's not going to be worth it. It's really not going to be worth it. So yeah, but that was Look at Madeline. And the last couple I want to talk is freaking Greta and Matthew. This is sad. Greta, come on, Greta. Greta. So the last time we haven't seen Greta for a while. A few weeks ago when we last saw Greta, she told Matthew that she didn't want to have kids. And then she reveals in this episode that Matthew, even though he's upset about that, but he said he still wants to be with you and everything. In this episode, we seen Greta go to a shop to video chat her friend that she left her cat Hazel with, and she told her friend that they just lost. She's uncertain about her relationship with Matthew. They just don't have that like spark anymore. She said when they went to feed to that little pig farm and everything, and she's feeding pigs, and the pig bit her finger, and so her finger is all taped up and everything. Basically Greta is just like really falling out of love with him basically. And she told her friend, he's gonna make a great father one day, he's gonna make a great husband and everything. So I don't know. So then Greta goes home, and she tried to make an English vegan shepherd's pie. And I do not know what she was doing with the potatoes. Like she was like banging them in the pot and stuff and everything. I was like, and that did not look like any kind of shepherd's pie I ever had, but whatever. So she's cooking it all in tears and everything. Matthew comes home, and he sees her, and he's like, "What are you making?" She's like, "I'm making some English. I'm making some English vegan shepherd's pie and everything." And Matthew was just like, "Okay, well, we got to address the elephant in the room. Why are you crying?" and everything. And I think when he said, "Why are you crying?" I think he had an inkling that something ain't about to go down. So they have a conversation. So they sit down at the table. Greta's crying. And she basically said that, like, Matthew, you're going to make a great father. You're a great guy. You're going to make a good husband. But I don't love you anymore.
I wanted to cry. I wanted to cry when I saw that. When she said that. First things first, how you gonna make him a meal in his own home and just to tell him that you don't love him anymore? Like some people just do all this like really weird stuff, like just like I don't know. People do a lot of weird stuff. Now, I know Greta has said a lot in the beginning of the season, like Matthew is the only like human. Remember, she used the word human that she can get along with, and she fell in love with. But she said that when she got off the train when she first got to England, and she just didn't feel that spark anymore like they used to. Now Veronica on Pillow Talk said that maybe because that's when he told her that she stank, and he should have kept that to herself and everything. Yeah, you keep that to yourself, but I don't think him telling her that she stank will end their engagement. They're engaged, and part of and I just don't know, before you get married, like, he realistically, he didn't do anything. He's working. I mean, yes, he still lives at home, but he's still trying to find like a place for him and Greta to move and stuff and everything. And like he has like stuff lined up, but she's really picky on certain things. And so they're having like little romantic talks and everything. And excuse me, they're having like romantic talks and stuff and everything, and it seems cute. Everything seems cute. I just, when someone just says like I don't love you anymore, and when nothing really happened, when there's no arguments and everything, I just don't get it. Now, low key, people say, well, he's not there as much as I need them. I mean, Greta didn't say that, but maybe behind the scenes, maybe that might be the case. I know like a lot of married couples that get divorced, that on a random, that just when the one partner comes in and just says I don't love you anymore, and then like that's it. Like, well, we didn't. What happened? I treated you good, and I was loyal to you. We weren't fighting, and they're like, yeah, you're great, but you weren't there. So maybe that is playing a factor too. And again, yes, you do need that spark in your relationship, but you have to do things. You got to do things to like get that spark back. Now, in my opinion, because Greta is like is the cat lady and everything. I think in just in my experience, trying to get that for them to get that spark back, they need to go on dates, and they got to do like other dates that don't involve animals, basically, if that makes sense. Because I know the animal lovers really will use animals as a crutch to in their relationship, because again, you got a lot of people who say like I love my animal, my pet, more than I love people and stuff and everything. If you don't like my pet, we're not going to get along. If you don't like animals, like, we're not going to be together. I think my personal opinion, like, we have to quit using that as a crutch all the time to get out of something. Greta and Matthew just need to like spend like a lot of time doing other things unrelated to animals. Like, they need to go like on a vacation. They need to like go on more dates and stuff and everything. And they need to like, I guess like spice it up in the bedroom, I guess. Like, and everything. So they need to do all of that stuff instead of just doing like just very vague things in order to spice the relationship back and get their spark back and everything. Because I would hate for them to break up over this. And like, Greta just says there's no spark, but like, there has to be more to it. You can't just tell the man you're about to marry that you just don't love him anymore. There's got to be a reason, and more than just a spark. You can fix the spark thing, but I would like to know more of a reason. Now, judging by the preview, she's saying that she might have made a big mistake of her life. Yeah, well, this was risky, moving all the way to the UK for this man, getting rid of your cat and stuff and everything. But that's, you have to take chances in life, in my opinion. So I don't know. I really hope they work it out, but I don't think they're together, and I feel bad. That was sad, and I feel so bad for Matthew. And I wanted, like I said, I wanted to cry in that scene. I really did. But yeah, that was Greta and Matthew, and that was it. We didn't see Jenny and Submit in this episode. Yeah,
That's all we did. We didn't see Jenny and Submit. Um, anyway, guys, before I sign off, I got some exciting news. Tonight I will be on at 7 o'clock Eastern. I'll be on Kiki and Kibit's channel. We're gonna talk more happily ever after. This is the last time I'm talking about it. So, but yeah, I will see you guys tonight on Kiki and Kibit's channel with Mary to discuss happily ever after on her channel. Great opportunity. I know I got some of you guys, some of her subscribers over here from you guys. So thank you guys so much too. I thank her for her help and a few others who helped the Nathan Tim 2 page grow in the last year and stuff. So God bless you guys. So yeah. But yeah, I'll see you guys over there tonight on Kiki and Kibit's channel, and then I'll be back on here Sunday, Monday to recap 90 Day Fiancé before the 90 days that premieres. So I can't wait to do that. So I'll see y'all again soon. Love you guys. Please like and subscribe to my channel, and have a good one. Bye, y'all.